friends, we are back. This is Spilling the Tea with Jen and Bobs. I am Bobs.
I'm Jen.
All right, we're back talking some more Tiger King because we just cannot get enough of that show. All right, let's just talk Carol's wedding and her wedding photos. Okay. Howard, let's just talk about Howard for a minute, shall we?
I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts on Howard. Well,
Please
I
tell
think
me.
I told you this. So it was interesting to me when Howard came on the scene. Then Carol wasn't talking as much. I didn't feel like she was quite as vocal. And so then I
Like,
just,
do you think she was kind of afraid of him?
I think that she was leaving Howard to the words, and so then if she needed to, she could cut him loose. If she, always saving her own self.
Yes.
That was just total my thought. I don't know, but
Well, you're probably right.
She kind of stopped talking as much, and he was doing most of the talking. And maybe he's controlling. I don't know. I don't think many could control her.
No, I don't
But
either.
I did feel like that I think she's always constantly thinking about her next move.
I do
and so
too.
go ahead and
I
let
do
him
too.
talk, and then
Yeah.
if she needs to cut him loose or feed him to the tigers, then so be it.
They were a bit affectionate on screen for me. Not like, I get it, kiss your husband, I don't care. But it was just like, they couldn't get enough of each other, and it's like, oh, calm down, you two. I don't know.
Yeah. And then the wedding photos.
So he's in like a caveman outfit, right?
Uh-huh.
And of course it's like a cheetah print or something, I don't know. And then he's on all fours, right? And she's got a collar around him, and she's holding him like a pet. Yeah, like a cat. Yep. It was horrible, friends. Like, those are her wedding photos. I don't know.
I don't even know.
I don't know. Oh, Carol. Carol. You were not portrayed in a good light. I hope it's just the editing front. I hope you're a wonderful person. I'm sure you are. She's the one who thinks you're I don't think Carol's, I'm sorry, Carol, I don't think you're a good person. I'll just say it. I mean, it's great. If you're really, like, if your motives are truly pure and you're saving those cats, you know what, good for you.
You know what, Carol, you've come out on top, friend. So whatever you're doing.
That's right. Okay,
Do your thing.
the one thing with Carol that I will say is at one point she said, like, Joe and all these people are breeding these cats, and then, like, say you buy one with your family, and then you don't want it 2 years later when all of a sudden it looks like it's going to be dangerous for your children. And so that's the cats that she's taking, or these cats that people are buying from Joe and Jeff and all these people, and she's kind of saving them. So that I can really appreciate if that's what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She had him in cages, though. I mean,
She did.
And I mean, I don't know. This is probably a weird spin, but couldn't they work together? Like,
Yeah, I think.
didn't Shaquille O'Neal buy a tiger? Just yeah.
Well, I know.
He was on there. Like he
Yeah, he
went
was.
to Joe Exotic's store
Yes.
and bought one. Yeah.
And didn't they say, the boxer,
Mike Tyson?
yeah, there you go, Tyson,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if he owns one anymore, but.
It was sort of fascinating that at one point, towards the end, I think, when Joe sort of just pulled up all ties and ran
Yeah.
away with a couple of tigers and some things, I don't know. But
Yeah,
he
that's
had a tiger in the cab of his truck.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, I don't know. That could go really bad.
One would think.
But-
And he's just like, ooh.
And Dylan, we can't forget about Dylan.
He felt like another husband. Because at this point, then John has left him, right? John and a girl that worked at the
Gift shop owner.
Yeah,
gift shop
person
lady.
had like decided that they loved each other and taken off, and because I think Joe's money was running out too.
Yes.
So John had been used to like pretty much getting whatever he wanted.
Yes.
And so anyway, yeah. So then Joe's upset because Travis has died,
Yes.
and that was really sad. So I don't think we talked about it.
Yeah. But, yeah. I think like you said, he was lost, and he was really
Yeah.
just
So he had a gun, and like they literally are filming this. He's like, but he's sitting away from the camera. You can't see him.
right.
And they're just talking to him, and all of a sudden, like, he shoots himself, and you see the guy's just shocked and doesn't really know what to do.
Yeah. And that guy, he's a campaign manager.
Oh, was he
right?
the okay, yes,
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, because we'll go into that in a
Yeah.
minute. But he was saying how that was a joke to, like, Travis would joke around about that. Like, he would wake him
Yeah.
up sometimes with a
Oh,
gun
right.
pointed to his head, or
Yeah.
and he was pointing the gun, I think, at him to start with, and
Right.
then he
Pointed
turned it on himself.
Yeah. I think Travis at that point, Joe supposedly on pot. You said right, pot. That's Travis was taking a lot. Like,
I
he was
think
just
so,
constantly
yes.
high, and
Yes.
so I definitely I don't blame Joe. I guess Travis had his own mind whether he wanted to take that or not, but he certainly kept the flow going, and because I think Joe's super insecure.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
those anyway, so country western songs.
Oh, which I heard. See, okay, because Jess and I were like, he's really not a terrible
No,
singer.
he wasn't.
He's not singing.
Ah!
John says he's not singing. That's not his voice. I don't know. That's what John said on his interview with David Spade.
Get
Lights
out
Out
of
with
here.
David Spade. That's the credit for that.
I love
No,
Lights Out
yeah.
with David Spade.
Not singing it. I don't know who is, but it's not him.
Okay, well, that is good to know. I mean, because I was like, oh, he actually sings pretty good.
His songs, though. See, okay.
Your kitty
So I
kitty.
felt like
Your kitty
I
kitty.
felt like they were geared towards like my people, my 5 and 6 year old people. Were like, you're like, I woke up this morning, I looked out the window, and I ate some cereal, and then I went outside, and then I played, and I love my friend Bobby. You know, like
Real easy lyrics you're saying. Like, what am I doing now? I'm touching. Oh,
There's
don't touch your faces.
There's not a lot of depth to the lyrics,
No.
but he's not singing. I mean, I really legitimately thought maybe he was, and I'll have to research that further. If I'm wrong, I will come back and say I'm wrong. But John,
We don't want to put any false
no.
information out there about Joe Exotic.
He was, yeah.
No, we
I
don't.
think he's suing people right and left.
Yeah, I know. We'll be on
I have
next
nothing.
on the list.
I have no large cats.
But right after Travis's unfortunate accident, I hope it was an accident. I feel like Travis was like, I think he was straight.
Yes.
And then I think he got himself into a situation where he's like kind of hating himself. I'm not a psychologist, but like he's hating himself, and so he just, I feel like he was probably in a huge state of depression.
Well, and he said something about how Joe maybe wouldn't let them leave.
Yeah.
They couldn't leave the zoo
I could
or
just
whatever, so.
walk off, but I don't know.
And then it just goes back to that whole thing of you feel like that's all you have.
Right,
You don't feel like
right.
there's anything else.
Yes, so anyway, so that was just sadly a waste. But anyway, as soon as Travis, they showed the funeral, and Joe's singing at the funeral, or Joe's not singing at the funeral.
so.
Somebody's singing at the funeral. But here's Travis's mom in the front row, like, oh, I mean, just like seemed as happy as she can be. And then like whoever was sitting next to her, I don't know if those were his sisters, maybe.
I saw that. I don't know.
They were like just sad as a person you would think would be.
Yes.
And mom just doesn't seem to have sense. And then I feel like, like Joe was supplying her with drugs.
I know. I do hope maybe she got some help because she
I
did
hope
seem
so.
to be a little bit.
Yeah, we're
Not-
making speculations here, people. These are not.
No.
But they seem valid.
Yes.
I don't
Well,
know.
and they did say that they were supplying them with. Drugs were plentiful. I think
Yes.
at the zoo.
Mhm.
So
I
but
agree.
they were definitely.
It seemed like a place where you could get drugs, like from the beginning.
Yeah.
Just with I'm sorry. I guess it's really bad of me to judge, but like, I wouldn't have thought too much. Like if I don't know. I've never asked anybody for drugs, but I would feel like if I wanted them, that might be a place I would choose to go to get them.
Yeah.
Or somebody could at least put me in
Safe
touch
place.
with someone. Like, oh yeah, go down there to. I don't know, one of them. But anyway, I'm sorry.
So yes, very tragic, and then Joe, I think this is where his spiral really
Yes.
takes a horrible shift.
Well-
But he runs for
Well, he does, but right after that, he serves his Thanksgiving dinner.
yes.
We don't know where the name's coming from. But Joe says he was awake for hours trying to cook that. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, Joe, and he had like pans, and people were all lined up, and they donated money. I thought he was
Oh.
just doing it for people, but then he said he got donations out of it.
I
didn't
missed
really
that.
understand.
What?
Yeah. Well, what did you think? Maybe I got it wrong.
Oh well, because he said he took those donations and
Yeah.
gave them to that the man with the tear tattoo on his face, the
Is that
handyman,
Alan?
Jeff Lowe's. Yeah.
Yes, Alan.
That guy.
Okay,
ooh.
we'll go to.
I'm not
Let's
gonna
go
cross
into. Let's go into governor race or president. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so he runs, so he decides, so Dylan is in the mix here. Dylan is just
Mhm.
suddenly this person, Dylan Passage, right?
Oh yeah, that's how he got his last name. Okay, because
Yeah.
Joe's name changed throughout this whole thing.
It did, because when
It was Joe like Schibelmeyer, and then Joe
Joe
Exotic, and then Joe.
Maldonado,
Maldonado
which was
Passage.
Travis's last name,
Oh.
and Passage, yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're
Yeah,
clearing things
well,
up for me. I was like, where are they?
I
Okay.
know.
I go, why are they calling him? I turned to Mike. Why are they calling him Maldonado Passage?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't really
so
know where
that's
that
why.
came from,
Okay.
but he married Dylan. Dylan just sort of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The kid was like
Vegas?
19 or 20 or something.
Did you meet him in Vegas?
Maybe so.
Yeah, he's like
on a
19,
dating
20.
website.
Oh, okay.
Cause he's getting all, remember he's getting ready. He's like, they're showing him getting ready.
That's right.
Joe's getting ready and he's like, it's my first date after Travis died. You know, it hasn't been that long. And,
It was
you know.
2 months they got married
Yes.
after. Like,
And somehow, dude talked Travis's mom into being in the wedding photos.
well, what did she say? She came up with some like excuse about it.
She said he invited her to the wedding, and then she got there, and it was her and the flower girl, and he and Dylan, and then they.
And she goes, so it looked like I gave my approval. Well, it did. It didn't look like that. I don't know. You're right. She's not wrong.
Very bizarre. Very bizarre. We don't know much about Dylan except that
No.
towards the end, Dylan said Justin says he's driving a very expensive truck, like Dylan
Oh.
is.
So Dylan probably has any money that Joe did have,
But I think,
or he's been paid to shut up.
yeah,
Yeah. okay.
probably. But he's
Speculation.
yes. Apparently, Joe calls him like 3 times a day because he says something like, do you remember that? Like he's like, this is
Yes.
3 times a day. So maybe they're still together, maybe they're not. I don't have a clue about that. But in between there, he runs for president. I think he got
Yeah.
like 9. Well, president, I don't know. He may have had to leave that race.
Yeah. I know what you're
Governor,
saying,
he got like 19% of
Right,
the vote, I
right.
think.
Was it
People were
19%?
legitimately on board with this guy.
Yeah, they felt like he just calls it. He called it as he saw it. Like,
Did you find it strange that he was allowed to ride in the parade standing on top of a truck that was moving? I just kept thinking, I feel like that, I don't know why that
Dangerous?
stuck, out of all the things that stuck out to me, that one did, like, this isn't Teen
probably one
Wolf,
of the
like,
more
I don't
safer things that they did in the show. But
surprised they wouldn't do that, but anyway, yes, so we spent a ton of money on, $60,000
Yeah.
of the zoo's money on
Right.
t-shirts, some very questionable gifts or campaign
souvenir,
campaign
campaign buttons.
that you wouldn't pin to a shirt and
Yeah.
just check it out.
You'll watch the show.
Did you see the like he's actually doing like looked like he's maybe doing like a SeaWorld type presentation at a zoo where there's people sitting and they're watching and he hands one to a mom and her kids are right there and she's just like
Oh my goodness.
inappropriate. So anyway.
Appropriate.
He
I don't know.
does
Yeah.
not get elected, clearly. And what's funny is, I'm going to say this, Dustin said he works with someone who lives in Oklahoma and
Oh,
remembers
that
when
one.
he did this. And his campaign videos are not appropriate. I mean, he's cussing
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's talking about things
But
that
people are just thinking that that's real.
yeah. He's in a tiger cage and he's just like, this is who I am. I don't wear a
Yeah.
suit, and then it goes on from there, and I can't say any more of that, but he's using the F word, I mean, he's just really
Yeah,
going all
okay.
out, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, gigantic spiral from there, and
It is.
long story short, he gets convicted of for $3,000. Supposedly he hired.
Right. Okay. Let's close it up and we're going to start another episode here in just a minute. It'll be our final one. All right. So we will see you guys in a few minutes.
Okay.
It's the Tea with Jen and Bob. More Tiger King to come.